Hello and welcome to all the men and women of the West. I'm Joe, and today I decided that as the Dragonlance podcast video still isn't ready due to and having been busy for a very long week and a half with real life work related stuff, so we'll be doing a study of location that's going to be coming up that's pretty important in Dragons of Winter Night, namely that of the High Clerist Tower. Vinus Solamnus was the one who ordered the construction of the tower around 1772 pre-Cataclysm, and the name initially given to it was Dragon Death, which fits with Vinus. The tower, though, was completed by some Solamnic clerics who apparently had the gift of prophecy, and the fortress is notable for being the key means by which Westgate Pass, the only way through the Vingard Mountains to Palanthas, is guarded. Thus, it plays extreme strategic importance in any conflict with Palanthas. Following the King Priest's demands and the hurtling of a meteor at Krynn, the Knights of Solamnia pretty much abandoned the fortress, following the death of their High Clerist Yarus. And after 350 some years, the Knights were forced to defend the fortress again. It would be defended by the joint commanders Sturm Brightblade and Derek Crownguard, with both of them killed in action during the battle. But the defense was a success, as Tasseloff Burfoot was to make good use of the dragon orb that was hidden there and used it to slay the two blue dragons that had accompanied Kitiara Uf Matar, the Dragon High Lord, or Dragon High Lady, one should say, to be more apt. Following the war, Lord Ariakan was held here. He was the son of Ariakas, and eventually the guard was relaxed because the Solamnics, the War of the Lance. It would be during the so-called Blue Ladies' War, which is really the latter half of the War of the Lance. Kitiara would basically decide, this isn't worth fighting over, and I'm just going to go around the large fortress rather than, attack it directly. It is interesting that it would be the High Clerist Tower where Sturm would fall, as this was essentially a holy place, and it would make sense that such a great knight would fall there, but at the same time, it adds an air of dignity to his death, just as it adds an air of madness to Derek's. As Derek succumbed to fanaticism and zealotry, Sturm was to embody all the values and virtues of the knighthood. By the time of the Chaos War, the tower would be defended by some of the old heroes of the Lance, such as Tanis, Chrysania, and Dalamar, and was also under the command of the Knight of the Rose, Thomas of Thalgard. Even though they gave it their best shot, the tower was to fall, and Tanis was to die there as well. Tanis was to die there rather ignominiously, where Sturm had fallen there rather gloriously. The tower would be left in ruins after Ariakan's taking of it, and after when the Dark Knights were later. The tower would be left in ruins until the Solamnic Knights retook the tower during the War of Souls. It's rather interesting the role this tower has played over the course of the story. Obviously, thematically, it plays a large role due to it being one of the main locales where battles are held, especially climactic ones. And obviously it's very important to the defense of Palanthas, so that I suspect there's a bit of a nod to Lord of the Rings with the Tower of Saruman. The difference between Orthanc and this tower is that Orthanc is a place of great evil since Saruman's takeover of it, whereas the High Clerist Tower is not. But anyways, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash that like and that subscribe button, as though you were Kitiara storming said High Clerist Tower to get at Sturm.